Okay, we're live. Aren't we're live, right? Hi, Prairie Queen.
Hi, Robin.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. That is a very interesting blue.
That blue there on my new avatar up there, the pulsating circle up there. Yeah, that's my hair, y'all. I have blued my hair, and I took that in my bathroom and I cut it down, and I guess the lighting wasn't great, but it's way more bright than it shows
Okay.
there.
Okay. Oh, good. Yeah, because I was looking at that and I'm going, well, that's not exactly what the jar showed.
Yeah, well, that little front swath where my hair is the grayest,
Mm-hmm.
that's closer to what I showed on the jar. So yeah,
Oh,
I'm
right.
blue.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm blue, and I have such little hair that a little 3-ounce jar, I only used half of it. So pretty soon I'm gonna do a big refresh and use the other half of the jar and intensify it. But I gotta tell you, that's one of the best conditioners I've ever used on my hair.
Really?
It it is soft, it is agreeable, if I wanna, like, curve it with a brush and let it dry, it cooperates. It's amazing, so I'm looking forward to continued use because my next jar is bright neon pink, but I
Ooh.
but I think that's for January because this stuff lasts through 30 washings. I've done 2 so far. Since I
Mm-hmm.
put color on. They say, "You should wait a week." No, I'm not gonna wait a week to have my hair all greased up. No, no, no. So, anyway, it's been washed twice, so I'll intensify it and then wash it, another 30 times, and then pink. But go ahead.
I was just going to say, so when it washes out, it does actually all wash out?
No, no, it fades a tiny bit each time, like, the very first time I got in the shower, washed it, it bled,
Ooh.
turquoise. Down with the water coming down off my head. But then that gets and then by the time I had the second shower, it stopped bleeding, but you can tell it lightens just a little bit each time I shampoo. So,
Oh, okay.
I'm
So
having a
in about
blast.
So about 30 washings from now, it should be totally gone.
Totally gone. However, I'm gonna, like, reset it because I'm gonna use the other half of the jar maybe in a week or so.
Oh, right, right. Yeah, because I was just wondering because if there's a hint of that tint left, let's say, and you think
Mhm.
it's out, just do a patch test before you do pink because you might wind up with a slightly different hue of pink.
Or, like, move or something. I
Oh,
g
that would be pretty.
However, my former cosmetologically educated daughter in
Hmm.
Texas, she doesn't do that anymore, but she's had the education and the training. She says, "Mom, you're going to have to get the true color that's in the jar. You're going to have to pre-lighten." And I said,
Mm.
"I know." So I've sort of been thinking about getting a little pre-lightening kit and going balls out, you know?
Well, be careful. One time I went and got my hair colored. First time ever that they bleached it, and I'll never do that again.
Well, um, I've done awful things to my hair and I've done good things to my hair, but I too have had in my other life cosmetology training, and I had customers and all that bullshit, and I was a hair cutter and a colorist. Blah, blah, blah. So,
Oh, so you know what you're doing.
well, you would think, but this is a whole new ball game for me. I have never worked in my life either on myself or with others, with a semi-permanent hair color. I've done henna and
Okay.
bleached and all 2 stages, blah, blah, all the stages and stuff, but this is kind of interesting because there's no
Yeah, it is.
chemical in it. It just deposits color.
Yeah,
You
just the
know,
pigment somehow soaks into, I guess, the hair or something.
Yeah, no, I have no explanation. I'm not even questioning. I'm just having a ball
Well,
with this.
this is great, but
Excuse me.
gone are the days of just either buying Miss Clairol or
Mhm,
henna. And
mhm.
now all these different colors are out there, different brands. It's like
Different
you said,
products.
yeah, this is semi-permanent and or washes after 30 some days and
Or
you're like,
there's the
what?
colored chalk that washes out with the first shampoo. I'm having a ball. It's so fun. It
Oh,
is
I
just
saw that. Yeah, the colored chalk. I was looking that up and I'm going, ooh, that'd be fun.
yeah, and of course, it's marketed to kids. It says from ages 6 and up or something it's for Halloween and parties and stuff, but, God, how fun. Okay, over in the chat, Jonocide was first up. Ever faithful Jonocide, everybody's favorite little brother, Psychic dashed in the Vampire's Lair. Our most elegant dash, but elegant and eloquent. Psychic dashed on the Vampire Slayer. Thanks for being here, you guys. We love you. So
Oh, it's good to
so
see both of you.
yeah, it sure is. Oh, and Jonocide said, "Hey, Prairie Queen," over in there.
Hey,
So
Jonaside.
so um, okay, on to the gossip. On to the
Mm-hmm.
not being nice old ladies. We're about to gossip here. Okay, I'm gonna take that banner and I'm gonna, like, ticker tape it. Where's my banner? Where does it say banner?
Oh my God, you're turning professional. You got a banner now.
Okay, banners, here it is. Okay, it says scroll across the bottom. Okay, there. Oh, oh,
Oh,
it's supposed to have a bottom ticker. Huh.
mm,
Okay, that's just a stationary banner. I clicked the thing that said bottom ticker, hide, scroll across the bottom. Huh. Oh,
maybe
screw it.
you have to, for a few dollars more, you can get the
Oh,
scrolling banner.
there is so much you can, get back for just a few dollars more. Yeah. Okay, well, hey, that's okay. Rhinophyma, rhinophyma, I'm assuming it's pronounced rhinophyma,
Yeah.
is an advanced case of rosacea of the nose. Rosacea is an inflammatory skin condition. Um,
Mhm.
there's little to no cure. You can, like, treat the symptoms, but there's no real cure for it. But rhinophyma, that's an advanced case. That's when there can be, like, a, a thing involved, like a parasite or something. It comes from bad hygiene, usually.
Hmm.
In a high percentage of the cases of rhinophyma, it's bad hygiene. And we're speaking of Stinky Pants, von Helton, Irving von Helton, Baron, oh, Mayor McCheese, he's called now, von Helton. I'm go the, the banner, the thumbnail that I used, that is not von Helton, but that is very much like his nose. It is,
Mhm.
um, that's where Von's nose is heading. It's probably 3/4 of the way there. So, we're gonna do okay, that's I am going to do we're gonna show you a little bit of Vaughn. Now Vaughn here, he, cast aspersions upon a lady follower of his, reputation and talks about okay, understand that Von Helton has been diagnosed as schizophrenic, and so he will weave tall tales at the drop of a hat and just he is absolutely convinced that what he's saying is true. Apparently, she had provided sacrifices to a government secret society entity, and he did a whole live stream about Pacific Northwest Jess's activities, and of course it's not true. Okay, so I'm gonna play this. Okay, so I'm going back to StreamYards. I am okay, I'm gonna remember how to do this. Present. Okay. Share screen. Okay, this you guys, this is Von Helton, and I think this is where his hands aren't quite as grimy. You know, he has grimy fingernails, grime around his cuticles, and just in the creases of his hand, he's got grime, and the tops of his fingers are brown. I think he probably used like a sani wipe because his hands in this horrible clip aren't quite as dirty. Anyway, I'm going to play that. Share.
It looked like he had been gardening and didn't wash his hands.
Right? Yeah, that's that.
I couldn't believe that, how filthy they were.
When I garden without gloves, I don't get shit on the tops of my fingers. Ugh.
Well,
Yeah,
this is true.
but here's the filth that this piece of shit is spewing about this lady who has been his friend, who has sent him money, who has been, you know, kind of their support. Anyway, let's listen to this piece of shit.
Jess, I have some questions that are kind of disturbing, and I'm hoping maybe you can clarify for me a little bit. Um, I got a very disturbing email that claims that you had abortions. Well, a lot of women have abortions, but the interesting thing about the abortions you had is that you had 7 of them. Not 1, not 2, not 3, 7.
Okay, that so he has this count like he was this doctor. So see how like matter of fact he is with his lies?
Right.
He just
Well,
and
is
this
it a
is
lie? I was just going
mm,
to say, is this a lie? In his mind, in his world, what he reads is probably factual. You like you could email him and say something totally ridiculous and off the wall, and he would take it as fact with his schizophrenia.
that's
I don't
true.
know.
And his best friend John even has said that. And we're gonna show John simping for for fun. Okay, he's gonna continue with this. This is 8 minutes long. I think I'm gonna speed it up a little.
And the bodies were never recovered. Would you care to enlighten that for me in just a little bit, Jess? Because I'm a little confused on that. Even the pro
Okay,
abortionists
hold
are
on,
going to side
Robin.
with you on
Hold
this one,
on.
Jess.
Uh,
Hold on. And the bodies were never recovered. Uh, I'm at a loss for words on that. I'm sorry. I just am.
I don't. It's never referred to like that ever. For one thing,
My brain automatically goes to adult people being dragged off into the woods and being buried.
never seen
No.
again.
Right.
Yeah, when you have a miscarriage or you don't
There is
say,
protocol. The hospitals have protocol on what they do.
and
That's
it
all
is
I'm going to say.
a fetus or a specimen. It's
Right?
not the body or the corpse of oh, the drama in this fool. And by the
Right.
way, look at check out that nose, y'all. You know,
That
next
nose is that is
comes
taking over his face.
it's getting bigger and bigger and lumpier, and that thing's just taking on a life of its own. Pretty soon it's gonna start singing and dancing.
But
And
that comment that he had made about and the bodies were never found, that just like, oh my god, that just stopped me in my tracks.
okay, so now with that in our heads, being an earworm, here's how he explains the missing bodies.
7
Ooh.
abortions? I mean, even a moron can figure out at that point that there's something else going on, right? Yeah. And we know it, don't we, Jess? Yeah, we do. Something else is definitely going on. Now, the interesting thing about it, though, Jess, is I did some digging, and your California property and your Oregon property are only just a few hours apart from Bohemian Grove. Bohemian Grove is only a 6 hour drive from the Oregon border. Isn't that interesting?
So he associates that with that. He's connecting this dot to that one. Boy, it makes sense to me.
You can't make this up. It's like all of a sudden, yeah. How did Bohemian Grove get into the picture? Like,
Right? I can't.
yeah,
Yeah,
again, lost for words.
and he says, "You and I both know, Jess. Ooh, you creep ass motherfucker." Okay, here we go.
Why was he holding the shovel or dragging the
Yeah,
bodies? I
yeah,
don't know.
right. Okay.
That's very interesting, isn't it, Jess? Anybody can Google that, by the way. How far is Bohemian Grove from the Oregon border? 6 hours.
Excuse me.
That's it. Just 6 hours. Isn't that interesting, Jess? And where did all these elderly and indigent people go that were in your California apartments and your Oregon apartments? Where did they all go? They just magically
Bohemian
disappeared,
Grove?
I guess. Huh, Jess? Is that what happened?
They were probably dried out and made to use bone stock for the next brew. That's
Well,
so.
they disappeared to Bohemian Grove as well.
Yeah, they just were sort of absorbed. So all of this stems from the fact. See, Vaughn thinks that if anybody has anything, they should share it with him because he has nothing. Well, you have more than me. Why aren't you sharing it? You have more than you need. So she has these properties and these rentals, and she doesn't want Vaughn there. And he is so hot about that. He is pissed. So he is gone on, he is trying to rip everything about her, just shred her because she's not sharing her space with him. Entitled motherfucker. Okay, here we go.
Mhm.
And you only 6 hours away from Bohemian Grove? Maybe you have some explaining to do, Jess, right? Like I said, even a pro abortionist ain't going to be with you on this one because they're going to be like, how many abortions? Yeah, that's not normal, Jess. Even a pro abortionist ain't going to be with you on this one. 7 abortions? Holy shit, man.
Didn't his ex-wife Andrea has 7 different mental diagnoses?
Yes, apparently so.
He's fond of that number. So 7.
Yeah, he likes the
Interesting.
number 7.
Likes the number 7. He can apply it to every damn thing in his life. Here we go.
Man. I think it's obvious at that point that there's some other agenda going on here, instead of just oh well, I got knocked up by some creep, right?
Creep.
So anyway, inquiring minds want
God.
to know, Jess, because I mean, I
So, what creep knocked up Andrea? Vaughn.
Oh
What?
my goodness.
It's knocked up by some creep. So all all 7 times they had to be creeps, Vaughn. Boy, you don't give anybody credit for discernment.
Now,
Okay,
is
here.
he trying to say that she got knocked up after she was on that bus after she left him?
Who?
Like, Andrea.
No,
Oh,
no, some creep. I meant Vaughn was the creep who knocked Andrea.
right, exactly. Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
there's that.
there's
But,
that. Super creep.
yeah.
Okay, here
Oh,
he's gonna go on.
I did find it fascinating that your apartment complex in California and the apartment complex in Oregon aren't that far away from Bohemian Grove. Is that a coincidence? Am I supposed to believe that's a coincidence, Jess? And what
yeah.
exactly is your religious proclivities, since we're on the subject matter? I inquire in my.
Wait, we weren't on the subject matter.
No. First of all, how many other thousands of people live close, approximately 6 hours away from Bohemian Grove as well?
Yeah, in
Not
all
just her?
in all the in all directions. And see, he keeps mentioning apartments. So she has properties in 2 different states, and that's just pissing him off.
And like I had mentioned to you when we were talking in private, he has to realize too that she could have newly acquired these buildings. They're under, renovation. Of course, nobody's living in it. It's not that they're derelict, in my opinion. People aren't living in them because possibly they're being renovated. And if there's
Right?
no water or power, or there's no water, but there is power so they can renovate, doesn't mean it's a derelict building. And of course, he's not going to have him living there. And second of all, just in general, after meeting him, who's going to
Yeah.
have him living as a free caretaker? Um, and he remember how he named Schneider, the handyman?
Uh-uh.
Oh, he was trying to say Schneider, the handyman, would be able. He had a free apartment in the apartment complex that he was looking after, and then he referred to it as from the television show Three's Company, which he got totally wrong because Schneider came from the sitcom One Day at a
One
Time.
day at a time. Yeah, and that was a television show, Vonnie. That was a tele
Exactly, television show, and the man was at least a good 20 years younger than or portrayed in his 40s, who could physically be a handyman. Vaughn cannot physically basically butter a piece of toast.
No. No. Yeah. Yeah, and remember what side it's on. Yeah, but d
One wrong, just drill a hole in the wall just to nails or to put something in. He'd probably hit the electrical wires and cause the whole place to go up in a blaze.
I know.
Minds want to know, especially me. For those of you who don't know, folks, I am not a big proponent of Moloch. In fact, I have a real problem with Moloch. I have a real problem with Hubal too, the Muslim god. That's, by the way, that's the Muslim god's real name is Hubal, not Allah. Allah means greatest of gods. It's a term. It means greatest of gods. It does not mean God.
Okay, well, this is freaking boring. Okay, so it yeah, everybody, you can see what a piece of shit Vaughn is, and then we have Vaughn's best friend, J-Dubs, John Gershala. Uh,
Hmm.
he's, he and Vaughn were sort of car mates for a while after Vaughn left Kentucky, and they palled around for a while until they had a quarrel, and they broke up, and so Vaughn, uh, in a fit of pique, Vaughn got in his car and started driving and has not returned, hasn't looked back. So, of course, his best friend, J Dubs, is appropriately heartbroken because, his bestie took him seriously and got his feelings hurt and left. So J Dubs is absolutely destitute. He's drinking. Um, he has a little teeny little bed set, a little apartment. I think he's got a hot plate and anyway, tiny little apartment. He's invited Vaughn to come and live with him. He's not living in his car anymore. Vaughn's main complaint was John promised me a place to live, and we wound up, staying in our cars. Well, he's got a place now, Vonnie. Okay, so we're
Well,
going to huh?
I was just going to say, but don't forget there was a caveat. He would go back to John if John found a place, but
Excuse me.
two-bedroom apartment.
Right, okay, yeah, and there's the issue of because Vaughn, uh, drove all that way to John and had to, like, support himself in the cars, he wants John to reimburse him $1,100 because that's what
Mhm.
he spent when he left Kentucky, so he's placing all that responsibility for his spending on John. But,
And but then also, if he did go back, where is Sharpie supposed to go?
okay, J-Dub said it's dog friendly.
Okay, well, there's that.
There's that. So So J Dubs crossed all of his T's. And okay, so I'm going to redo the okay, so I'm going to take Vaughn off and I'm going to put okay, I'm going to do this again. Present or invite. Share screen. Okay, now here is the love smitten, still carrying the torch, J Dubs, making a plea to Vaughn. And people were asking J Dubs, did you see what Vaughn said about Pacific Northwest Jess? And J Dubs, no matter what Vaughn says, how crappy he is, how unwashed he is, and he hasn't had a bath since what, a couple months ago. So
Oh, yeah.
so as awful as he is, J Dubs is making a plea. You gotta see this, you guys.
Mm.
It's band business who I give money to. So you know what? You can be fucking banned now too. I hear Shanny has taken a shine on you, John. You're interested in taking her off Jason arms? I'm not really sure. I don't really know what that's about. Shannon can talk to me herself. Like she doesn't need a liaison like you to come by.
What's happening going on?
I don't. Why do you give a shit? What does a limey cocksucker like?
Oh, that's another thing about John. He has a filthy mouth. So, folks, keep your children away from this because John's filthiness. But this guy, Painsy, is kind of questioning what he's doing with Vonster.
Like you care.
Mm.
What's we have to do? Don't English.
I mean, you're a pommy. What does a pommy care about Vaughn? You don't care about Vaughn.
I'm not English.
What do you care about Vaughn for?
You got attitude, dude.
Huh?
You got right attitude.
Talk up. Speak up.
I don't understand what he's saying either, frankly.
Mm.
I've got an attitude.
I don't know what you're saying. You're mumbling. I can't understand your accent either. Your accent is like half limey, half, I don't know, Spanish. I don't know what the fuck it is. And I want to address something to Vaughn. I hope Vaughn is listening. Vaughn, are you listening out there? I don't know why.
Here it comes, you guys. This is from the heart. Pay
Mm.
attention.
I don't know why you're listening to trolls. Okay, Dan is winding you up. When Dan came on the show the other day with Jess, you're lying. You know, well, first of all, Dan's admitted that he's a drug addict. He's a drug addict. Why would you listen to a drug addict? What Jess has is severely something wrong with her. Why would you listen and I'm troll you for? Why would you?
Okay, Prairie Queen.
Yeah.
Panel I was talking about, but I didn't hear who it was. So, but okay, so now we've got it on record. John saying it. We can play it back and find out what panel where she admitted about Sharpie. Okay, here we go.
You listen to anything they have to say. They're just there, just to rile you up. They admit that. You want to see Dan's texts on my phone? You want to see what he messages me behind your back? The things that he says about you? He's a nasty person. I mean, Dan can be kind of funny sometimes when you let him in. But I mean, other than that, I wouldn't take him serious. I wouldn't take anything he says serious. I wouldn't take anything he does serious. I don't know why you give a shit about Vaughn when he said you assaulted him and sexually abused him. But he never got sexually abused. That's Dan and Jess, two drug addicts who have no idea what they're talking about, what they're doing. Okay, I mean, how many abortions did Jess have? That's crazy. I mean, I don't know who told Vaughn that, but if that's
So John is blaming other people for Vaughn reporting stuff that he treats like the truth.
But he also was questioning the whole abortion thing.
At least that, but still, Vaughn can do absolutely no wrong.
True.
And in John's head. Okay, here we go. Some more.
that's true. I mean, her room must look like the walls of Auschwitz. I know that he believes that people.
If that's true? Oh, I'm not even going to replay that. That you dumb.
That's disgusting.
That is twisted. Yeah. Okay.
I know. So Vaughn believes anything that people say. Vaughn literally believes anything that people say. Of course, he says he's sexually. Yeah, gay prostitute, right? Yeah. She's something sick. Anyway, I really appreciate. I really hope that Vaughn hears this message and understands that you can't listen to what these people say. You can't listen to anything that they say. I mean, it's just something really sick about these people that
So I know John is using his low BMI voice. So it's like your uncle here. Here's Uncle Johnny here in my plaid winter jacket, looking all trustworthy and sincere, talking into the camera. Isn't that creepy? Does that creep you out?
Oh, and he's got a cool green screen too.
Hey, he's learning how to be real techie.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, 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 John. Okay, we'll take a little bit more of this till we can't stand it anymore.
as his fake Cisco. We got Cisco, and then we got a fake Cisco. So the real Cisco. Have I been enjoying sleeping in a real bed? Yeah, I am. Well, you know what? I had a couple of nightmares the other night. Couple of days I had a couple of nightmares in a row. Just sleeping in a room, it's something. It's just I don't know. I'd rather be in the car. How much for me to get you in contact? For what?
Well, he yeah, he said he felt safer in his car than he does in that room because I guess there's too much room. But he, s- I don't even want to go through this whole thing. I forgot how boring it was. But he does get to the part where he told Vaughn that he ordered a second bed.
Wow.
It is. He announces that there's a second bed coming. God, what else? What else? Stuff for the bathroom, toiletries. Yeah, so he's just making this little nest.
And he's got his own fantasy going on.
He has his own. He does. He's gonna make it all safe and snug and cozy, and Vaughn would have his own bed. This
Okay,
guy is
so
smitten.
okay,
It,
so when John mentioned how he didn't, for some reason, he didn't feel safe in this room, um, I couldn't help but think just not long ago, I was watching part of a video that Vaughn was talking and he was telling a story about something happening to a fellow who got drugged, and there were two succubuses
uh,
involved. And I'm thinking, okay, so were they talking and Vaughn all of a sudden his brain started making up a story and went on live to talk about the story?
oh, who knows?
I mean, John is just as nuts.
And he said that he got scared after he had a couple of nightmares. So it could
Right.
have been that very thing that is just
And it's really coincidental that Vaughn brings up his live stream about a story about a guy who
about
got drugged, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, very coincidental.
coincidental. Yay. Yeah. Um, and also I think this was the stream where John has one of those little like airline-sized whiskey bottles and he drains it. And
Oh,
yeah, he is so lovesick. And Vaughn, for heaven's sake, why not go back to John? There's no place for you, Vaughn. He's
John was never this lovesick when his wife
Salamanca,
kicked him out.
or that the other wife.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the temporary wife.
yeah. Back when Grampy Lobster was covering John and Vaughn, talking. When John had that wife, he would like order her around the kitchen and
Hmm.
order her to bring him food. "Well, isn't that food ready?" And he'd be live streaming and she'd be
Hmm.
serving him food. He treated her like a slave.
Yes. And
I
who else did that with their wife?
Oh, well, the Vonster.
Exactly.
Yeah, she was just there to be his
Yeah.
property, and,
Mhm.
oh, just what a sick man, it just makes you grateful. Aren't you just grateful every day for your normal?
Yes.
Just your day-to-day humdrum, plain old,
I
plain
live,
life.
it's funny to say because I live for boring. I don't want drama in my life. And any kind of drama that comes into my life, it's stuff that I can take care of and move on and, dust my hands at and keep on going.
Or you can just hold your hand up and go, "Nope."
Exactly. If it's
Yeah,
drama that's not, um, if it's external drama, yes, definitely you've got the power and the right to say, no, I walk away.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
these two are so much alike if you think about it. The way
right?
they both treated their wives.
They're like the yin and yang, of every good, duo.
Yes, and even towards the end with his John with his wife towards the end, because there was a few painting streams, because he was finally sucking up to her and saying, "Oh, she's a really good painter," and this and that. Um, he when she walked or kicked him out, he did not seem to be this heartbroken
No.
when you think about it.
No, he was really matter of fact about it. Um, I just, "Oh, well," shrug, shrug, and picked up the pieces and glumped on and carried on and
So that
complained.
tells me there was a lot going on behind the scenes with that, and he knew better than to talk about it.
Yeah, this is a whole different situation. This is
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, holy
I mean,
camolie.
oh wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel for people that just discovered these guys now because there is so much history with both of these guys that it's years of history.
Ye
Um, I hope
yeah.
someday, even let's say, well, I'm going to put his name out there. If you're listening, Todd, someday write a book, because Todd would know. He was, so invested in with, people in that community
The
who knew all about
Lolscoust.
Vaughn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, somebody's going to have to write a book. Ms. Parker, somebody.
Somebody, yeah,
Um,
because Grampy isn't around. Grampy, was a magnificent historian, but he's gone from
mhm.
us, so not too many people left that can really be a good documentarian about this bizarre
Oh
story.
yeah, even secular. He could be. Oh my God,
Oh,
there are
secular.
people. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna suggest to secular that Corvette only is his practice temporary car while he's waiting for his Bentley to be totally customized and finished.
Oh,
Yeah,
and then
that this
right.
flashy little Corvette was only his, like his, primary just his tryout car, and because he is newly, a multimillionaire because of his
Mhm.
YouTube channel and, hey, so I'm gonna suggest that he reveal his Bentley that he's been hiding, concealing all this time, and
Mhm.
with a Corvette for diversion. Secular, if you're listening, I hope I didn't spill the beans, honey, but I am dying to see that custom Bentley with the white walnut burl dashboard and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And, well, he needs one of those license plates that basically are, or holders that read, "If you think this is impressive, you should see my other car," and put that one on his Corvette.
Right? Uh-huh,
Mhm. Mhm. Make
uh-huh.
sure it's displayed on his streams. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, I'm really gonna make a suggestion. Over there in Discord, I still don't. have any warm fuzzies for Discord. I like the gossipy aspect of it, but as far as participating, it's very cliquish.
Oh, I noticed that when I was in Discord in different ones, and yes, they become very cliquish.
Yeah, and if you're a new guy and you just happen to jump in there, you will not get a response. You'll get ignored.
Or in
That
our
feels
case,
weird.
lurkers for years. Well, what I mean by lurkers is we've been following all these little cows as well, but
Yeah, yeah,
we're in the chats, we're watching faithfully, we know the scoop. We just don't chat and chat.
no,
Um, but
no.
so if we go on, I noticed, so if you go into Discord, but you haven't participated lively in chat and got your name out there in the chat during the streams, yeah, you're treated like newcomers.
Nuka, and there are so many different, like, conversation threads that
Right.
people have, like, 2 people, 3 people, and I have no idea what they're talking about, so that's you can't jump into that.
No, and then of course there's all the different personality types that you're going to find in a Discord as
Y
well.
Yeah, yeah, there's that, and there's a lot of, like, knock fighting, slip fighting, what do they call it now? They kinda slam each other a little bit. I find sometimes that's cruel,
I
you know,
was also I was also in one Discord, and I discovered that the subtle nuances of there were those favorite people, the creators' favorite people that were in the Discord and also in the chat. You when you went in Discord, you realized that these were the favorites. These were the cool kids sitting at the cool kid table.
yeah, and yeah,
And I'm like, no.
excuse me. Yeah, yeah, and
Well,
it's
John
no
aside will always be sitting at our table. We're the cool kids.
yeah,
And
no
Ashton as
influence.
well.
Yeah.
And who else is in chat right now?
That's it.
Okay,
That's
we'll see.
that's
Hey,
the extent of it.
plenty of room. The
Yeah,
four of us sitting at the cool kids table.
yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Are you kidding me? Gnats in the pizza
No,
is in our chat.
Nat.
I didn't notice. Because I had the chat. I didn't have that little tab. Okay, so Gnats in the pizza. Hi, Renee, Mrs. Jonaside. Hi, sweetheart. Yeah, Sunday is just beautiful. Boy, we've had rain. We have had glorious rain here in Los Angeles. Los Angeles. It has been breathtakingly cozy and wonderful, and I'm enjoying the hell of it. I'm gonna pull my navy bean soup. No, what are they? Great Northern white beans.
Mm-hmm.
Cooked them all day yesterday. I'm gonna pull them out today, and I'm gonna make some garlic croutons
Mm.
to float on top and dine on white bean soup. But anyway, this weather has been absolutely glorious. Wait, there's somebody they're called Enraged. Who is enraged? Hi, Enraged. And Gnats in the pizza. I adore you. I steal your shit sometimes.
Oh, I love watching your stuff.
I love watching your stuff. Yeah. So
Oh man, I feel honored that Nats is here.
no kidding. Oh, you know what? You saw me talk that I was going to talk about the monster repass. Did you notice? Well, I noticed, but you could like run it back that Vaughn's hands were a teeny bit cleaner. They weren't quite as oily, grimy, gunky as they were in his stream before this one. So he must have taken his wipes. He says that that's the only way he cleans anything about himself are those wet wipes.
No, I think he wiped his hair with his habit of wiping his hair so much. I think he finally rubbed it off.
Running his hands through his hair, pet, pet, pet,
Yeah.
slick, slick, pet, slick, pet. Ooh, God, I drive.
Well, yeah, but Robin, out of fairness, that's stimming. That's got to
It
be
is stimming.
stimming.
It's self-soothing, stimming,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. And two, it's a thing so he doesn't. he wants his hand in motion so that we will not call attention any further to his hand tremors.
That and the fact that when he's thinking, as he's making shit up as he's talking, and he knows it's not true,
Yeah.
he that's obviously a sign right there.
Yeah. and- Yeah. All that. And then the eyes, the darting eyes up in the air. He's thinking of the
Mhm,
next thing to say. Darting eyes, up and around, up and around.
mhm,
He
mhm.
never looks down and to the left. He's always like darting up in the air, thinking of the next thing that he could deliver. Yeah. Pah.
Ugh,
Oh, Jonacide, I just saw what you said. Jonacide said he's the cool kid and we're the hanger-ons. All right, I'll be a hanger-on.
yeah, I'll
Yeah,
take that.
yeah, there are songs about that, but they're escaping me. The lyrics are escaping me now. Something about hanging on. Hang on, Sloopy, Sloopy, hang on. There's one.
Oh no, don't just sing that. That's Yvonne sang that once.
Did he really?
Yes. Oh my goodness, woman, you're gonna have to go take
Ooh,
um a,
ooh,
a, a
ooh.
cleansing bath now,
Oh, I know, and run a Q-tip through your ears, your ear holes.
right?
Yeah, sorry about that. So
Well,
sorry.
mind you, what hasn't Vaughn sung? That and see, that's another thing. He constantly is singing TV commercial jingles or songs or
Show tunes from TV, the theme song.
yeah.
Yeah, but, oddly enough, his pitch is not bad. He has a terrible voice, but his pitch is better than mine.
Yes,
He
there's
does
that.
he hits all the notes in the right pitch, but, he just sucks. But
Yeah. Oh man.
okay, Jonicide's, out, gonna go meet friends. Okay, Jonicide, thank you for being here, sweetheart. I think we're gonna close this out. What Okay, so next week, it's the 23rd of November. What happens on the 27th of November? I have That's tomorrow.
Oh no, but
Oh, and that's Thanksgiving.
right. Ah, well, there you go. There's that.
Okay, so, Sunday before Thanksgiving, we'll do a turkey show, you guys.
Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good.
Should we do a Thanksgiving panel of turkeys?
That would be fun.
Excuse me. Okay, you guys, here's the announcement for next Sunday, 1 week from today. Um, Same time, same place. Let's have a panel. Let's have a turkey panel. And you know what? You guys come prepared to just kind of, we'll be obscene and filthy mouthed and all that stuff. But boy, I don't know about you all, but I have a ton of stuff to be thankful for. And
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
probably give it a mention, so I invite all you guys to say, hey, it's not wimpy or weak or
Mm.
sappy to just say, "Hey, man, I'm sure glad for."
Sometimes it's good to share, daily we go through our lives and then, it'll dawn on us. It's like, oh shit, well, at least it could be worse. I could be living in a car, begging for money online to get from place
Excuse
to place, right? With a dog,
yeah,
uh, without saying
yeah,
name. Um,
not
but
mentioning names,
and
Vaughn. Yeah,
yeah, and but like even if our cupboards are low, we go, but we still have food.
yeah,
Or at least we got a warm roof over our head. We're always grateful. And so there comes a point where it's always good to just let it out to the universe that
yeah,
and proclaim, yes, we are very thankful and grateful for what all we have.
yeah, yeah, and I know most of us would, if we had whatever we do have, if somebody else is in need, we share what we can.
Right, exactly.
So many people have done that with me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just this beautiful thing, and, ah, there's a lot of horrible, horrible things going on in the world. It just some even in our own neighborhoods, maybe even next door.
Mhm.
That this is not to ignore that because surely there are horrible things, but boy, day to day, yeah, we have it pretty good, you guys.
Oh, I think so. And also too, we create, or we try to create something, positive in our own little worlds,
Eh,
tucked away in our own homes. Um, yeah,
yeah, and with that gratitude, it goes hand in hand with kindness to your fellows. That's big.
right.
Just okay. So that's enough sappiness for today. I do
Oh,
believe.
right. I'm feeling slightly, like I got too much sugar going on here.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get the diabetes. But yeah, so I'm gonna go in and start making my croutons. I gotta make a couple slices of bread all stale before they'll do the crouton thing. So anyway, thank you so much, Prairie Queen.
Oh, you're welcome.
You are
It's a
just
pleasure.
the easiest pal in the world to get along with, and you're always just up for everything, and I appreciate you, and thank you, and thank you, and everybody in the chat, thank you for being here. Show up for next week to come on the panel. Dashed in the Vampire Slayer, Enraged, Gnats and the Pizza. I don't know if you ever do you show up anywhere? I
I
can't
don't recall
remember if
that.
I don't know if Gnats and the Pizza is what gender, if there is one. I don't care, but I don't. We don't know anything about you, Nats. You can stay anon if you wish. You don't have to come on a panel. We love you anyway. Oh, wait a
But you
minute.
do fabulous work, and I really appreciate your videos.
Excuse me. Oh, I know, just perfection. We rely
When
on
his
you a lot.
his or hers, whoever, their video comes out, I prefer to watch that one to give the views, except instead of
The
another
watching the direct.
creator that I won't name, and also Mayor McCheese.
Yeah.
I usually wait until Nats puts out a video.
Yeah, and oh, also, Nats, I missed this. This comment didn't sink in. J Dubs may have sent more money to Vaughn to Irvy, according to his stream last night. Okay, we didn't get that far.
Oh my
Really?
goodness. Oh, well,
Okay,
we
I
rely
remember
on
seeing that.
Nats
I
to say,
remember. y-
yeah.
Yeah, more money. So, so Bonnie Bonnie Pooh is pretty arrogant. That's kind of a way to tell if he's gotten more money.
That
His
is true.
arrogance level
Yeah, because he's too
increases.
calm and too centered for somebody who's destitute, living in his car. Even when he so-called had no gas money, he
Uh-huh.
was too calm to be
Yeah.
destitute, no gas,
Yeah,
down to one
he wasn't
gallon.
yeah, he wasn't angry enough. He wasn't pissy enough because he gets angry when people aren't giving him money because after all, everybody donated to Shanny and Rev when they left town. Anyway,
You and
okay,
I would be having panic attacks sitting at a gas station with 1 gallon of gas and no money in our pocket.
right?
We
Yeah,
wouldn't
so
be that calm.
yeah, J Dubs may have sent more money. Yeah. Uh,
Hmm.
oh, that's a sure thing, I bet you. Okay, we're gonna end this. I gotta go make croutons. Okay, everybody, we love you dearly. Oh, wait, I have to cough. Wait.
Old lady coffin coming. Hack,
That's
hack, hack.
yeah. What it is, I recharged my vape, and when you recharge them, they're extra hot and so extra vapey.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah, slightest little change, and I react. Okay, everybody, we love you. Show up next week for our Thanksgiving panel. It's not going to be all sappy and I love the world, kumbaya, all that shit. No, no, a
Oh,
little of that, but
well, I
not
don't
the
know.
whole thing.
Well, I don't know. Then maybe I won't show up. I was hoping for some kumbaya and sappy moments.
Okay, we'll do a little. We'll do a
Well, no, no.
yeah, we'll do a little. Okay, you guys, We love you long time. We're going to end the stream. I wish I had an outro, but this is a free version of StreamYard. Okay, see you. Bye.